Hi YouTube, it's Molly, and today I'm here for a kind of random video. I posted on Facebook yesterday, I believe, that I had done a question and answer kind of video in probably about 3 months. So I figured I would do another one. So I kind of opened it up to questions on Facebook, and certainly anybody on YouTube that isn't in Facebook realm, feel free to send questions my way, not your way. They're already your way. So yeah, feel free to message me, leave a comment, whatever it is. But on Facebook, one of the questions that came up was actually something that has been on my list of like things to make a video about for a while. And so I decided just to kind of answer just that one question today, and I closed it, but I'm going to find it again. This is from Lauren, who's like the greatest person ever, and she just started making videos, so you should go watch her. Where did the question go? Have you noticed that people treat you differently now after losing so much weight? So, yes and no. Sometimes it's hard to sort out what is different now and know if people are treating you differently because of your weight or because of maybe something else that, whatever that is. Taking, for instance, this year in school, I feel that people are more open to just starting a random conversation with me, where before, like, nobody ever talked to me, ever. And now, like, I feel like people will just, randomly start a conversation before class, or, ask about homework or this or that, or whatever it is. I feel like people are much more open to just talking to me randomly, and sometimes it's hard to know if that is only because now I'm 120-ish pounds less, or if it's for other reasons. For instance, a lot of my classes this year have been mechanical instead of robotics, because I'm considering switching my major and my minor around. So I don't, the people in those classes are different. Maybe just in general, MEs are either nicer and or just more outgoing. A lot of the robotics kids are a little closed off and shy, so, if that's the reason, maybe. If it's because I've lost a lot of weight, maybe. So sometimes there's those situations where it's hard to sort out if people are treating you differently because now you're smaller or for other situations. And I go back and forth between thinking one or the other. It's sometimes hard to think that people really would just kind of exclude you, not talk to you, ignore you, whatever it is, just because of your size. But, that kind of is the harsh reality. Even though, yes, I am in different classes with different people this year, I have a feeling that if I switch back to robotics and end up in the same classes with those same people, I might get the same treatment that I'm getting from the MEs. And that being said, the people that knew you before, those relationships can also change. People talk about this all the time, but, like, for instance, that date that I went on a few weeks ago that I talked about, that was with a kid that I've known since freshman year. He lived on the floor above me. Freshman year, he's in robotics, so he was in almost, like, probably a good 75% of my classes, because the robotics program is small, and you end up in a lot of the same classes. And So it's like, I've known you for 2 years, and now suddenly you've asked me out. Is this a newfound, like, thing? Is this because suddenly, now she's 120 pounds less? That kind of thing, it kind of messes with your mind, because for all I know, it could have nothing to do with my weight, but even when I told one of my friends, because one of my friends here was asking me to hang out that night, and I was like, no, I'm going on a date with Matt, she flipped out, because she was like, no, you just lost all that weight, and now all of a sudden he's interested? No, like, that's just wrong. So yeah, there's that, and then I feel like some of my friendships have kind of changed a bit, some for the good and some for the bad. I don't know, I feel like I just take less shit from people now. I don't know if it's these, like, crazy hormonal changes we go through or something, but I'm just like, you want to treat me like shit, I'm going to treat you like shit, or just ignore you. So there's people that it's just, I just don't put up with it anymore, and I'm like, you just, there's the door, leave. And then, that being said, I think some of my good friendships have gotten better, probably because I'm happier. Not all the time, but generally speaking, I'm happier going out doing things than I was before. I'm not as self-conscious, even though we've talked about that, and that's a whole nother story too. Generally speaking, I'm not as self-conscious being out. I'm not as uncomfortable doing things with other people, like actively, speaking. I'm not as much so having my brain preoccupied with things like, if I sit in the middle of a row at a movie theater and I have to walk by everybody, how many people's faces am I going to, like, shove my butt into? Or, just those things that you think of, freaking out about fitting in a booth if you're going out to dinner with a group, or whatever it is, those situations, those kinds of things preoccupied my mind a lot. I always needed an escape route because I was big and I didn't want to be stuck someplace, or I didn't want to be excluded because, I can't sit in the booth, or all of those things. It's just easier now to go out and do things and not have to worry about those things. Sometimes I still worry, and then I realize that I don't really need to worry anymore. I fit in a booth with so much room. I sat in the middle of a row at a movie here on campus, and I was actually on duty for EMS at the time, so my radio went off in the middle of the movie, and I had to leave, and I, scooted past everybody, and it was fine, and I wasn't even embarrassed about it, because that's the thing, like, before, I would have been super embarrassed about, like, giant fat chick trying to, like, get through the row, and, interrupting everything. I was just like, no, it's cool, like, okay, my pager's going off, I'm gonna leave now, and I didn't, whack everybody in the face with my giant ass on the way out, and it was fine. I do still worry about those things sometimes, but generally speaking, they're not a problem, or they're much easier than before. That being said, I never would have been able to sit in the middle of a row in a movie in that lecture hall before, because I didn't fit in those lecture hall seats. I would always sit in the back. There was one that didn't have, like, the little desk thing because it was broken, so it had an extra couple inches on each side. So yeah, like, now I can just go sit wherever I want. Relationships, so far off of it right now. But, I mean, that being said, it makes it easier to go out and do things with people and not be worried about those things. So, in that respect, I think some of my relationships with my friends have gotten better because I'm more willing to just go do things, have fun, and enjoy the friendships that I have with those people. I'm still trying to, like, get the confidence for some of the, like, college experience having fun. My friend here, a couple of my friends here have tried to get me to go out to parties. Still not exactly that confident. Um, Nor do I drink. So, but that's okay because I usually try to keep one of them sober. So maybe I could just be the new sober person. But anyways, um, yes, relationships, friendships, everything changes. Well, not everything, but yes, people treat you differently, and sometimes it can mess with your mind because it it really does get you thinking about, is this because I'm smaller now, or is this because of another reason? You know, if I'm just generally happier and I'm generally more outgoing, maybe you're more willing to approach me. Maybe it has nothing to do with my weight. Maybe if I was just as confident and happy as I am now at 360 pounds, maybe that person would have approached me then. Um, will you ever know? No. Um, so yeah, I mean, there was something else I wanted to say, and I'm going to forget it. And then I'm going to remember the minute I close off this video. But, you know, I think it's a different experience for every person. And even that being said, every friendship that person has, or every relationship that person has with friends, family, significant other, whatever it is, every single one of those instances kind of takes their own path. Um, it's not a general, like, sweeping, this is how they all change kind of thing. Um, so yeah, you know, some for the good, some for the bad. That's kind of how this journey goes. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Generally speaking, I'm not complaining about any of it. So I guess that's my thought for today. If you do have questions you want to submit, send me a message, send me an email. The link's always below. However you want to get it to me, I will try to answer all of the questions. Hopefully they will not all be 13-minute long videos. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I will talk to you all soon.